we're going to be doing absolute carnage. I am here today with the two biggest Venom fans in the world, Brown Alex and gorgeous Dylan Kelly. You like that?
Yeah, I love that.
All right.
I appreciate it.
You
made a mistake.
What's that?
You got the number 1 Venom fan here and the number 2 Venom fan.
We flipped a coin on it earlier, and he won.
Due to a coin toss.
He did a coin toss.
Sorry, all right, so we've got the number 1 and number 2. Yeah, but you know something? If we go by who has the most Venom stuff, I think he does.
Oh, most likely, yeah. I guarantee you he does.
All right, so right now, hey, you know something?
Yeah.
We'll let him feel good. We'll let him feel good that he's number 1. Okay,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
all
yeah.
he has in life. Okay, so let him be the
Don't
number
take
1.
this from me.
Yeah, let him be the number 1 Venom fan. Okay.
High praise from Glenn.
Yes, because
Okay from Glenn is good.
It's the highest of praise.
Yeah.
well, as these guys know, I'm not a huge symbiote fan. Venom is probably the only one that I actually really like. He's tolerated. Donny Cates has actually made me like him more than probably in the past 10 years of what they've done with Venom. But these two clowns, they love the guy. So one of you guys start off what it's about.
Carnage, right now, they talk about a god back in the planet of the symbiote. I don't know how people. Symbiote, yeah.
Let's go with the animated.
So the
Pronunciation.
beginning of the book is talking about how Carnage actually has like thousands of symbiote like strands in his DNA, and they call it a codex. So he has all of it, but since he died, it all scattered out. So now he's trying to come back and find missing pieces of his codex. But Carnage, yes.
But I think Carnage wants that. No, I think Carnage wants the codex though.
Carnage is collecting the codex for Null.
For Null, right. He wants to bring the god back.
Yes.
Null is the god of all the symbiotes.
Yeah, who's currently in prison.
He's in prison on his own planet.
On Clintar, which is the mistaken identity they've given symbiotes as their name. It's not their name. It's the name of the planet, which actually means cage in their language.
Yeah, and it's all them holding him in. It's all them trying to keep him contained.
And Carnage wants the god back, and so he feels the only way to do it is to get the pieces of the codex together.
If he manages to collect all these pieces of the codex,
he can bring him back.
That will return Null to his original form, breaking free of Clintar, and then returning not just Earth but the entire universe back to pre-Big Bang, to the void.
Right. Anyone that has had a symbiote connected to them has left a little piece in that person. Carnage has decided he's hunting down all the people. He's hunting down all the people that were once had symbiotes, and he's killing them.
He's touched everyone, so
which is that was one of the main reasons why I didn't like the symbiote. Everyone was Venom at one point, or some semblance of Venom, so
oversaturation of the market.
Oh, definitely. So now Carnage has come back. Venom and Spider-Man seem to be on the front lines of we got to stop this shit.
And they get their asses kicked.
Oh yeah.
They get fucked up. It's amazing. We were talking earlier, and we both like how Eddie Brock is now. He's not some goofy guy. He's a little older. He's more serious, a little more darker. He's not tolerating anything anymore.
They turn it
and
and
it looks great. The artwork is awesome. It's there. You can capture the emotion just by the look.
What do you think I think about the artwork?
I don't think you like it.
No, I actually do.
You really?
I do.
It's excellent. I think it's realistic enough.
Yeah, I really do. I do.
And that's why I brought this along. This is Maximum Carnage. This is the first one, and you can actually see the difference in both of them. Like, obviously they're both made at different times, but you can see how much different it is now. It's so much different.
Yeah, the inking, especially in the shadows.
It's
especially this book.
And who's doing the artwork? Who does the artwork on this one? Stegman. Yep. So I do. I actually enjoy this guy's art.
Yeah, and I think you said it best at the beginning as far as what I like the most about the Cates Venom run, especially this book in general, is that Eddie's evolution as a character. Is like it's the character development I've been waiting for Eddie Brock to get my entire
same here.
Even through my childhood. Like everyone's always giving him shit like he can't exist without Spider-Man. His whole motivation is to take down Spider-Man and get his revenge. And I just think Cates has proved tenfold that he can absolutely stand on his own merits, and he's a very interesting character. And I am still having hell of a time trying to convince Glenn of that, but I feel like Cates is doing somewhat of a good job.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, and you even get that closure a little bit. I wouldn't say closure, but you could see in Eddie's demeanor and attitude when he's having that conversation
with him,
with
where he
Peter
let
Parker
it go
in the diner. He's just like,
he let it
you know,
go.
I'm disinterested. I don't care that Peter Parker, Spider-Man's sitting
We
across
got more
from me.
important problems
I got
coming
way
up.
bigger
Yeah,
friggin' fish to fry. So
There's a lot of child endangerment in this book. Okay,
Absolutely.
hell of a lot.
I mean,
Right there.
right. I mean, we
Right
have to
in
call
front,
some sort of government agency on this. Okay.
Called the assassin.
the reds and blues throughout the whole thing, like when Eddie grabs
You
the
can
third
tell.
rail
Yep.
to, you know, roast the symbiote off of Carnage.
It's very detailed.
It's beautiful.
And the panels are it's easy to read and it's easy to differentiate who is who.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
One of the best panels ever, too. I think we need to go hunt for Venom, or the Venom hunt. He says that to J. Jonah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Well, this is Spider-Man fighting another version of himself from another dimension.
Yeah, doppelganger.
Yeah.
For this coming out in the 90s, I mean, this was
This
good
is
art.
great.
I mean,
This
this
is
is still.
fantastic.
That's still better than 90% of
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
coming.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. This art is still gorgeous.
Still put it in.
Who's,
Yep.
who's doing the artwork at this time?
Wow.
Oh, this is Ron Lim. Yeah, this is Ron Lim. I think some of Ron
my
Lim's
favorite Venom, by far.
I mean, I really like this page that you were showing here. But I still like the way this looks.
That's Carnage right there.
Yeah,
It's Carnage.
Hands
Yeah,
down. The big eyes.
I get
and everything.
it fucking.
I mean, I
grinds.
actually like this even better than this.
So our
Yeah, I think
childhood.
it's easily on par with it, or
Yeah.
if not better. You're
Yeah.
right.
Not saying this is bad. This is great artwork.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Man, that's probably the best modern Spider-Man I've
Now,
seen.
when I hope that Carnage looks like that in the movie.
Yeah.
The
Give me
OG
Carnage with
like
black
this.
teeth too. Do you see when he's drawn with
Yeah.
like Venom teeth?
Yeah,
Like I don't want to see
doesn't
that.
look-
No.
yeah,
That
I
just
gotcha.
throws off the whole character.
Even Carnage is joking around. He's flirting with her. You know what I mean?
He's always been, I feel, Marvel's version of the Joker.
Yeah,
Just-
in a
just
way.
way more-
And then in this one, he's more like, I'm here to kill. Like
Yeah,
give me what I
he's
want.
on a mission now
Yeah.
for no.
Yeah. And I like that. I mean, that's cool.
Carnage and Venom have always been that way. Like, I had some friends ask me questions when they saw the Venom. They're like, "Oh, why is he making all these jokes?" Like, Venom's always had that really dark sense of humor.
Yeah. How the hell are they gonna get out of this?
That's concrete. If you have Venom with you, he's punching through concrete, or
but
they're doing something.
The thing is, it's like this is just the first issue. Like what?
I know, dude. I know, and I love it. It's got like that
It's
horror movie. vibe,
Yeah.
too, right?
It's darker.
Which is what should be like,
It's
connected
Carnage.
with these characters.
That's how it should be.
Carnage, the one and only serial killer of the Marvel
Yes.
universe. It should have horror vibes.
It's definitely. I feel like one of the most goriest ones, where he's just not giving a shit. He's going after everything.
Yeah, as far as how
He
he's
doesn't care,
drawn and like how maniacal he is and how like they express that through the drawings, I think it's the best version of Carnage. As he goes to each chapter,
Yeah.
the Venom symbol gets more and more stained with blood.
Yeah.
That attention to detail is beautiful.
That's what I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even you got like the symbiote in
Yep.
between the panels. Venom's eyes kill me. Yeah, I'm okay with a
surprised look?
a surprised Venom
Yeah.
look, but it's too frequent. I think it's not menacing enough.
Even
I
here?
Need, I
Right
need.
there.
Yeah, see, I need those sharp angles
I
in the inside
did
of the
notice
brow.
that.
I prefer Venom more streamlined. I don't need him overly monstrous in proportions or tendrils spiraling out. I just need a wider mouth, but I need the eyes to come up more of an arc at the back of the head, and I need the angles on the inside of the
I actually don't think he does a good Spider-Man either, though. These look like two goofballs that went to the Halloween shop and bought a mask and put it on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool how he makes the eyes still move. But the same problem with this Venom is the same problem even with the Spider-Man mask too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different here. This is almost Deadpoolish too.
as far as the Venom look goes, like it's too frequent throughout the book, and it just it's just Stegman's Venom. Like again, the eyes are too small, the mouth's too small. That's probably my favorite panel in the book. Yeah, as far as
I need more
lulls,
of Carnage, man.
there really wasn't any. Even the downtime, the conversation that Eddie had with Peter Parker in the diner, it was all just genuinely entertaining dialogue between the two. And like I said, I love seeing Eddie just completely removed himself from his vendetta against Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
I
He could care
I
less.
like how Peter was like, I don't know if he was using his spidey senses or not, but when he was like, "Who's the kid?" and he's like, "Oh, he's my brother," he's like, "No, he's not."
No.
Yeah, no, I
Richard-
don't like the Maker.
Yeah,
See, I love the Maker.
The
I
Maker.
love the Maker. I
So
love
the Maker made a machine that is going to extract
the codexes.
the
The
codex.
Maker,
Yeah.
just like the Maker overall.
So he's Reed Richards from another
the
universe.
Maker overall, I can't stand.
That's the one right there. The standoff.
Yeah,
Like,
there you go. So
Hi.
This is gonna.
sick.
I'm
come
calling
back.
it now. This is gonna be. This issue is gonna skyrocket in value if this rivalry ever comes to fruition. Like you got your second generation Venom and Carnage here. Eddie Brock's kid facing off against Peter's grandson, the Norman Osborn's. No, sorry, godson. Norman Osborn's grandson, who he infected with the Carnage symbiote.
Here's another review. With another guest for the review. Another bold prediction.
Yeah, I'm calling it now. It might not come for another 10 years, but I'm calling it.
It'll come.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. That has too much. Yeah. Too much lore in behind it. Because you know it. It's like, okay, this is gonna.
And I also love that Cates has been really expanding Venom's rogues gallery. First with Null, which I just think is such a fucking metal character. I love him to death. You hate him?
Do you hate him? That. I'm not gonna say hate him.
Okay, you don't hate him. All right.
No.
The Maker.
Hey, I can't say anything. Anyways.
I know. Yeah. Keep your mouth shut, please. The Maker, has really, I think, been solidified too as another Eddie Brock villain. So his rogues gallery is slowly expanding. You got Jack-o'-lantern 2. His silhouette looks like the Xenomorph from the Alien movies.
Well, I thought I was the only one that noticed that. I was
like even that face there too, like that smile. He looks like the alien from the Aliens movies. Carnage is coming for blood. Carnage, literally.
Yes, and that's what I've been wanting because I feel like in this, I always go back to this. I mean, this is the first thing I'm comparing 1-to-1.
Yeah.
He's just having fun. He's tossing around people. Mm-hmm. This one, he's like, nah, to hell with that. I'm after everyone.
This is basically maximum Carnage for a new generation.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yes.
I almost feel like validated too. Like all the old school comic book heads, guys like Glenn, which I can't get mad at him for because I have my characters that I hate or probably, new generations love now. But like this has validated them like as serious threats. Both have great character development. Yeah. I mean, Carnage can still use a little bit more character development, seeing how he's kind of just a puppet for Null in this book, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. Like, he's coming after everyone.
He hasn't killed a major character yet.
General Ross? You don't consider General Ross a major character?
General Ross has been dead before. I mean,
has he?
Yeah, I think.
Death doesn't mean shit.
I don't think he killed him. I actually think he dug his grave. I think he took the dead body.
Oh.
He's killed a bunch of yahoos that got the venom thing. Which, I mean, it could have been me or you that it's.
I was thinking that he killed him, but you just clarified it.
I think he was already.
He just took his body.
Yeah, I think I already took his body. I think he's been gone already.
Fuck me, man. I read this book twice.
This is Marvel. There's a lot of things you start reading one thing and one thing the person's alive again. Like they're bringing back. Forget. I'm not going to talk about it. So it's not about Carnage. It's about X-Men. So we're not even talking about it.
All right.
Yeah, because they're bringing back some new people in X-Men, in some of the new stuff that's coming out. They've been dead for a while. So I mean, hey, he could have been dead. Carnage was dead once, and he showed up, and there was no explanation even why he was back in the day. Silver Surfer entombed him in his cosmic power or whatever. Just because the one day he shows up. So, and it's like, did I miss an issue where he actually? And I couldn't find anyone that told me. Oh yeah, he got out. He just shows up. So who knows? General Ross could have been walking around someplace for all I know. So don't take my word. Maybe he killed General Ross, but still not a major character.
I just love how dark of a book it is for Marvel too. You're dealing with like a cult.
Eddie Brock's progression. How he's much more darker, more serious. He's like. He set aside his
got
thing
a
with
kid to look
Spider-Man. He's got a kid now.
Yeah.
So that was his first thing, and he's trying to run with his kid. So I like that. He's not some insecure and I hate Spider-Man. I need my revenge. It's he's past that.
And let's show the big spoiler right now too, so the fans will get ruined. This will ruin issue number 1 for him.
Venom's origin story of him initially stalking Spider-Man. That's my favorite solo Venom. Not solo, but favorite single Venom story. As much as I love Venom as that, that just dominant, lurking in the shadows, look over your shoulder, nowhere is safe villain, I prefer him as the anti-hero, looking after a kid, just coming to terms with who he is. Like the character, I mean, that's more spoilers for other issues, but this issue's fucking great.
If you would give it a rating 1 through 10, what would you rate it as?
Not being biased, like looking at it for what it is.
Looking at it for right. I mean, automatic for you, just because you're a huge. automatic. Most of the time, you're like, oh, it's a 10 because I like it.
Yeah.
But if you really prefer it, if you really think it's the most perfect book, it's the best thing. It's the best thing. Like, then give it a 10. I mean, it's. We're just asking. We're doing a review. It's your opinion. It's our opinion. So
I think I give this book an 11 out of 10.
Okay.
Overrated because
so this is the best book you've ever read. Then that's what you're saying.
Don't do that.
Right. Why were you gonna say 11 too?
No.
So this is the best book you've ever read.
No, it's not the best book I've ever read. But
so you've had a 12.
In terms of I just love how far Eddie has came, man. When I saw him sitting with Spider-Man at that diner, I was like, what? they're actually gonna talk, and he was cool as a fan. He wasn't, I'm gonna kill you after this. No, he was just like, Venom didn't come out talking. It was him. He was just, both of them were controlled. Both of them were cool. And Venom is telling him like, hey, listen. He actually got up and left. And Venom's like, sit down. You need him.
So he gave it 11 out of a 10.
Yeah.
So there's only been one book in the other world at like a 12 or whatever. So it's one of the best books you've ever read. I'm not going with that. But
in the absolute Carnage run, however many issues it's going to be, there will be a 10 out of 10. I'm confident in saying that. But I give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. Other than Stegman's interpretation of Venom, which I don't hate, just a few complaints, it's still a virtually, perfect book, but it's not the unicorn of all comic books.
The reason why I give it an 11 is because my expectations were on the ground. I came into it saying this isn't going to be it. This is not going to be it. This one's always going to be it because he's having fun. Then when I read it, I was literally in my car jumping in my seat. Oh my God.
I actually went into this book like you're thinking. This is going to be a piece of garbage.
Yeah, that's what
How can you say that after Kate's run, though?
It's still Carnage. Carnage is still. I've never liked Carnage. So now we're gonna have a million Carnages running around. So I'm saying this is going to be a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. Donny Cates did not fail me.
Yeah.
I mean, he actually he rose my expectations after reading it. Stegman's art didn't fail me. But I give it a 7.
That's wow.
Which
hey.
Whoa, that's high.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I give it a 7 to the point where like I'm looking forward to the next issue. Well, you know how I feel about this.
I get it now.
So the fact that it's a 7, that's a pretty high number for me.
Absolutely,
I thought it was going to be on the ground because the movie, the new director got announced. So I'm like, they released it to continue the hype. Everything's coming back now. The shirts are coming back out. You know what I mean? Everything's coming back. Carnage is going to be everywhere.
Andy Serkis directing, man. Come on, that's fucking awesome.
I cannot wait. But that's why my expectations were on the ground. But now that I read it twice within 20 minutes, I was jumping in my seat. My girlfriend's next to me like, you need to calm down and eat your lunch. And I'm just like, this is amazing.
Same, man. I was sitting at my table like just giggling like a little girl. My girlfriend's asking what I was doing.
I wish I could witness both of them. I was sitting down reading it going, oh boy, we'll see. And as I'm going along, I got to the end, I'm going, wow, that was the end. Like it went by so quick because it was good. It was good.
The thing is that Carnage is like the ultimate bad boy of our generation. So it's close. It's close to home. You know what I mean? And I love it.
So I'd like to retcon one quick thing that I said in the last episode. Silver Surfer Black from 1 to 3. That is some of the best artwork I've ever seen in a comic book. No, I'm not. Listen, and I tend to agree with Glenn. I prefer, that book right there. You have to read it, man, if you haven't started yet.
It's that good?
It's Connection to Null, I tend to, lean on the side of more realism, more grittiness in my comic books that look like absolute Carnage, the artwork you just saw. This is very impressionistic. It's very unique, but it's candy for your eye, man. And he's just so original. That book, the writing is Kate, so obviously that's immaculate. But as far as the artwork goes, high praise. I take it back, whatever I said in the last episode. So Silver Surfer Black, check it out. Thanks.
Friend.